Hi and welcome. My name is Johnny Fagana. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is why so many Australians commit suicide. Today, we are in an epidemic in the West, especially in Australia, where 8 people commit suicide a day. Yes, a day. I'll put the links to support what I just said. 6 of them are men. But why are so many men committing suicide? Why? I talk about this extensively in our book, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. I talk about manhood, what is a man, how to be a man. I talk about women, relationships and sex. I talk about the media, manipulation, indoctrination by the movies. I talk about food, health, food and exercise, why it's so important. I talk about money, wealth, what you need to know, what you've never been taught in school. I talk about value, what it is and why it's so important. How to overcome the biggest phenomena of depression and fear. And suicide is one of the biggest killers in Australia, more than accidents and more than accidents at work, etc., etc. Yes, you just heard me. But you will never hear that in mainstream media. Feminism, the real truth, and family court and the consequences. So why is the suicide going out for the roof? There's many reasons. Today, I'll tell you a few things that are outlined in my book. Number 1, men are demonized throughout the media on a daily basis. Throughout any comedies you see today, man looks like the buffoon and the woman looks like the savior. Men don't fit in. They don't have social skills. They keep chasing women and becoming needy. They don't have a father figure. They don't have a role model that will help them in their life. They're too egoistic to admit they need help. And therefore they keep doing the same mistake again and again. There's a fellow I know, he posts so many pictures on Facebook and on Instagram with so many women, yet he never gets one of them. Behind the back he complains about women, how they're bad, this and that and whatever. But he's a clear mangina. And he doesn't understand the basic principle of being a man. Standing up to you and having a purpose. This is another reason. A lot of men that commit suicide, they don't have a purpose. They don't have a work ethic, they don't have goals. And therefore they make their woman their goal. I'm not saying you shouldn't do things for your woman, but you shouldn't make her your goal. Your purpose and your goal is more important, because the problem is, once you lose that woman, and more than likely you will lose her if you're weak and pathetic, because a woman will never ever ever stay with a pathetic man. Like a great friend of mine, a woman said, she dated a friend of mine, she dumped him. And when I said to her, why did you finish with him? She said, John, I've already got 2 kids, I don't need another one. The majority of men today are acting like children. They're indecisive. And therefore, they watch porno again and again. That's another reason. So they go for one porno and failure and another failure with a woman, instead of looking for a mentor like myself, yes, like myself, that can help you get to where you want and overcome your issues, because all men, including me, have been depressed and had suicidal thoughts. But I overcome it because I read books, I educated myself, and I had a few men that helped me, and every one of them that I thank. But if you don't take your action, you do the same thing again and again, you're going to fail dismally. And you're going to think, if only I met a woman that would love me. Everybody you think will turn out to be fantastic. But when you're a weak, pathetic man, no woman will stay with you. So these are the reasons why so many men today in Australia commit suicide. They don't have a role model. They don't have a father figure. They don't have boundaries. They live in instant gratification. They're depressed. They're on antidepressant that makes the situation worse. They don't have a purpose in their life. They don't have goals. They don't understand you cannot live in instant gratification. And if you, my dear friends, as a man, do not understand these things and do not focus on what you want to achieve, you will eventually become like majority of people, complaining about the traffic, complaining about your boss, complaining about your ex, but all you're doing is watching porno day after day after day, thinking if you follow this model on Instagram or that model, she will eventually realize what a nice guy you are, and she's going to fall on your lap and fall in love with you, and you live happily ever after. Well, we all know this is an absolute lie. Most women will go for the alpha male. In our program, we explain what is an alpha male. We explain how to get these attributes of an alpha male. I'm not saying that my program will solve everything in your life and overnight you'll become an alpha male. It'll solve 85 to 90% of your issues. You'll walk tall. You will speak tall. You'll feel good about yourself. And more than anything, you'll love that man that lives inside your skin. So these are the reasons more and more men and more Australians commit suicide. It's sad because I've got a few friends, like I mentioned many times before, that committed suicide. And I don't have to tell you about the model who committed suicide a few weeks back. Thank you very much. Look us at www.alltotalcoaching.com. I can change your life. The question is, you're going to do the same thing again and again, expecting a different result. And if you don't change now, you're going to be in the same position in a couple of years, or probably even much worse and much more depressed and much porno. Nobody admits this. But the real truth is, majority of young men under 30 watch continuously porno. You know it and I know it. Thank you very much. Email us at john@sosdating.com. Thank you very much for listening. I'm your friend, Johnny Fucking.